Burgess here with Music Marketing TV. I have been messing with MTurboReverb here for the past few hours, and I have learned a lot of really weird, interesting things. I've broken it in ways I didn't know it could be broken. Let me show you what I was trying to do. So I've got here this pluck sound here, and I thought it'd be cool to toss on a little bit fancier of a reverb. So take this one off, and one that really has a lot of juice behind it. So I'm going to get rid of all reverbs in the chain and insert the MTurboReverb. So in classic Melda fashion, there is a turbo reverb and then a turbo reverb multiband. We're going to go for the single band one and just load this on. And my idea was it would be so cool if I could have all these different reverbs coming in and off. It turns out this isn't the easiest thing to do. If you go into the toolbars, there is a morphing function here that lets you go between the different ones here, but you can't automate this. So it wasn't really an option. There's also, if you go into, browse parameters to see all the parameters, turns out there is one to select the device. You can see that. You can actually pick them. Now, this works good, but the issue with this one is if you automate this and then automate other controls, it does not like that at all. Also, the shifting from one to another is very sudden, and there's no way to really smooth it over. So every now and then it clicks and pops. So let me really quick show you that, because I think it is something that's worth knowing about, because this is very useful on its own. And you could save presets. You could save them in configurations, perhaps jump to those. So this could still technically sort of do what I was thinking of. So for example, let me go to the section. This is sort of the section where the drums and everything's going on. Okay, so we're going to automate this control, and there it is. It's called device. It'll select the different versions. Let's get it to, I want it to be in the creative category. So let's just move it up till we're there. And my playhead's at this spot, which is how I'm looking at it. Okay, cool. So it starts right around there, and we'll go up to here. Where's the ending here? I don't want to go quite to a different GUI. So the GUIs change, but I believe the controls are pretty much the same in these ones. It looks like there's some difference in controls, but for the most part, they're the same. Now, if you go into the edit page, there is, and you open up the multi-parameters. Fun fact too, multi-parameters, I don't know if this is new with version 15. I only recently updated, but they used to be up here on the front. And I don't know if this I don't know if this is just MTurboReverb or if this is true of all of them. But now you got to go to the edit page to see them. So I don't know. It's just something I noticed. Maybe it's just MTurboReverb and I just never noticed that before. But yeah, you click this. This is like all the jazz that's been hooked up to create this reverb. You can basically create your own reverbs with all these like scary options and menus over here. Or you could just look at the globals, which is basically what makes up these controls. Some of them are consistent across them. Now, what I had tried in the past was I was automating the global directly from like back here. I don't know if there's a difference between automating it here. So let's really quick try it. So if we play this, it's going to sweep through these as we play. Some of those are pretty cool. What I would do real quick is I could come in here and sort of iron this out so that they happen on like beats. So it's not so, moving around. There's a stair step one too, but I find that often it's just better to just draw on the steps yourself. It could be a little bit faster than trying to nail the bevel curve to the right value. So I'm going to go a little bit more than every phrase. We'll go for like every bar. And see what's great about this is now I can come in and be like, nope, not that one. So I might change this one too. Maybe not that one. Okay, so, you know, come in here, pick the different verbs out using that nifty automation thing that you may not know exists. So what we're going to do is instead of automating these here, I'm going to let's just try length. If we can get one to work, then I'll consider this a success. Otherwise, this actually can just make it stop responding to automation. Upon restarting playback, it'll work again. But during playback, if you change the device, which is the name of, I'm calling it that because that's what the parameter is called, device. If you change the preset, basically, it doesn't like that and it won't look at new values. However, length appears to be constant across all of them. Automating it here won't work. I've tried this. So let's try automating it here. So I'm going to go to browse parameters. To me, this should be the same though, because this is the same control as before. So I don't think this will work, but we could try it. Length will do some cool stuff with the pitch. And I want this to happen at the end of phrases. I think this could be kind of nice. So we have it come down here, it hangs out, then it comes back up. And let's just see first if this even works across devices. Nope, it totally doesn't. And I think part of it is when you jump device, it's jumping length values as well. I did try segmenting. That didn't work either. So, you know, there's gives and takes to all this stuff. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to lose these things. And when you delete things like automations, you also need to go into your patterns, initialize controls, and you have to delete these as well. Otherwise, you'll just keep getting reset. So that now everything's completely reset. Now what we need to do is I'm going to just find one that I think is cool. We could come in here and look at creative. They've got some pretty cool ones in here. Like this one is sort of a strange one, so let's keep that one. And so we can automate here. I personally sometimes find just having them in a big list to be pretty nice. It's kind of ironic because this is supposed to be like the nice looking thing that is less scary, but part of me just loves seeing the chaos of the reverb engine and everything that's being connected up. So I'm going to automate them from here. What we're going to do is the type is a fun one to mess with. And it changes per value. So if you go into one of those modules, one of these things, and then go to a different one, it's actually different. And it's this control right here. So I'm going to go to browse parameters. Let's find it. And I'm going to just move it. Oh, it's already highlighted because I already moved it. We're going to create an automation clip. And this one also likes to be changed on the beat. So I'm going to do that. There'll be a little bit of movement. We'll see if it matters. If it does, I can always come in and, you know, tidy up the automation. This is sort of quick and dirty. Okay, what we're also going to do is we're going to mess with the length while we're here. So we're going to go to browse parameters, find the length, and create an automation clip for that one. And we'll have this. Now, what this will have an effect on the pitch of the reverb. With a reverb like this, though, it's going to be kind of, I suspect this will actually make some pretty cool results. So I'm going to have this happen at the ends of phrases. So like at the end of every 2 bars, we'll have this sort of do something, remain constant. And this is very small. So these changes are actually probably a lot bigger than they should be. Remains constant for a while. And we'll move this over here. And then it comes up, something like this. Sure, why not? And then we do it again. I am going to be a little bit lazy and do the same thing twice. So this is kind of what I thought would happen. So because these verbs aren't long, we could probably be a ton more extreme with this because, I mean, I didn't hear anything too significant. Okay, so this is actually phase 1 of my plan to make it sound trippy. Phase 2, we're going to add another MTurboReverb. So we're going to come in here, MTurboReverb. We're going to stay again with the regular version. Let's go over to special and just really quick see what's Shimmer got. I like this. I like what's happening here. We're going to mess with the length on this one, and we're also going to mess straight up with the mix. I always like to use the mix control just in the mixer because it's just built in. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to use that. So I'm going to automate this, and I'm also going to move this and go to browse parameters and automate this. So we've got a length control moving and a mix level. We're going to start the mix coming off. We're going to have it mix in a fair chunk, and then we're going to have it fade out. And we're just going to do this over and over, like so. And we'll have it end on a high, and we'll have it, just do that. That's fine. We'll have this come over all the way. So it's kind of a nicer meld. And meld, no pun intended. At the end of these, we will have them drop a little, and then we'll have it come back up, and then we'll have it go back down. So we have it, our phrase is here, it comes down, 2 bars goes up, 2 bars goes down, maybe a little bit longer, and then hangs out, goes back up at the very end. Oh, and because these are low, we'll bring these up to meet each other. So it's always on a little bit. That way we can hear these length changes. And we could be, I'm just kind of curious what this would be like more aggressive. And I'm also curious if we pick something like plate spring, will the length still automate? Yeah. So let's really quick shop around a little bit, shall we? In creative, solstice is kind of a nice one. The length very responsive on this one. And that is a little bit on the MTurboReverb. Hopefully you've learned a few things about this plugin you may not have known about before, and you've seen how you can take 2 of them, mix them together to create a really cool verb sound and use some of the more creative ones with things that are a little more grounded. This is much more of what I would think of as a typical reverb to get a really cool sound, really cool, unique sound. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for future videos, and have a blessed day.